As much as I am in support of a peaceful protest, like if you have a grievance with the government, come out, air it all out, protest with your placard and all. This is not to say that I also support the protest that the some of the Obidient member took to the military barracks to protest and ask the military, to take over the government. My people, some of these people who did that did not even experience the military regime, because if you do, you would not pray for another military regime or for a military, to take over, because Nigeria is still recovering from the regime of Abacha. No, you are now going to the military to come to protest that they should take over. Nah, I'm not in support of say I'm not in support of that. Same way I'm not also in support of this man, who took the protest to the plane. Imagine imagine you have a very urgent appointment you need to go for, and you are on the plane, expecting the plane to take off any moment, and one person is trying to create a nuisance, all in the name of protesting against Tinubu swearing in, saying that the plane is not going to take off. And I'm like, you have become a terrorist if you do that. Like, you have become a terrorist because you're holding people to ransom, people that have very important, places to be at. You are holding them to ransom. You are not allowing the plane to take off just because you want to protest. If you know that you truly want to protest, why not go to the streets with your placard and protest? Nobody is going to hinder you. Nobody is going to stop you. But for you to now take the protest to the plane and start protesting on the plane, wasting people's time. Of course, this man got, what he deserved, what his action called for. Before we go into the details of today's news, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please and please subscribe. Turn on the post notification bell so that you can be the first person to get notified whenever we upload a new video. Help us grow this channel by giving this video a massive thumbs up so that it gets recommended to other YouTube viewers all around the world as well. Lastly, please leave your comments in the comment section. Without further ado, let's delve right into the details of today's news. Man removed from plane for opposing Tinubu's inauguration. An unidentified air traveler was removed from a flight over his insistence on President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu not being sworn in come May 29. The lone protester was carried off the Abuja-bound flight on Friday despite his resistance. In the video obtained, he is heard saying Tinubu cannot be sworn in. Then, in another clip where he's being taken out, he's heard shouting, "Obidient, you are there. They are doing this to me. Obidient, you are here. I am naked. Obidient, you are here. I am going naked." His action delayed the 6 p.m. flight for an extra hour and took the effort of over 5 airport security officers to remove him. The 36 state governors under the aegis of the Nigerian Governors Forum had on Friday asked the Department of State Services (DSS) to immediately arrest and prosecute those it has identified to be planning to install an interim government rather than issuing statements and eating up the polity. The governors, who condemned any unconstitutional means of regime change, however, vowed to resist such move, just as they assured their commitment to continue in the defense of Nigerians' democracy as elected leaders. The DSS had earlier, in a statement, said that the agency had identified some key players in the plot for an interim government in Nigeria, but did not give the names of the masterminds. The agency had said that the planners of the interim government had already held several meetings during which they weighed many options to actualize their plot, including sponsoring endless mass protests across Nigerian cities, securing a warrant to declare a state of emergency, or a court injunction to stop the inauguration of the executive and the legislature at the federal and state levels. You guys, let me have your thoughts in the comment section. What do you all think? What do you all think about this man's action? Do you think it's just, or it's just, wasabi and is doing too much? I personally feel that this man is doing too much. Like, it's just too much. There's a thin line between, sanity and insanity. And for what this man did, like, it's just like it's just different a little bit from a terrorist who held a plane in captive, just a little bit different. And the man was saying that, Obidient, you are here, I'm naked. Obidient, you are here, they are doing this to me. What do you expect Obidient to do? I believe that Obedients are logical human beings. They have logical mind, and they know what is right from what is wrong. So you don't expect them to support you and fight airport security just because you decided to go on your own and do the unthinkable. Imagine, and you held people for 1 hour plus. You delayed the flight for over an hour just because they wanted to protest. You did not go to the streets, you did not go to the express. You thought of boarding a plane and protesting on the plane and delaying people that had important things to attend to for the DSS as well. Hey, my country, Nigeria, they are so used to the act of coming out, to give statements, give proclamations without actually taking actions. These people, the people planning to, introduce interim government in Nigeria. Why don't you go ahead and arrest them? Why don't you go ahead and interrogate them? Why don't you go ahead, and do something about it instead of, telling us that some people are trying to plan interim government. They've had series of meetings. What is stopping you from identifying them and going after those people instead of, soiling innocent people's name in debt? Like, Nigeria, my country. Like, Nigeria, my country. I just don't understand the logic behind this. Like, you'll find the police as well. They will just come out, give a statement that this. It's as if you are warning them. You have your detective on ground. Why don't you do your homework and go after these people? Besides, there's some intelligence information that you're not even supposed to put out there. Those people planning interim government. Go after them and do your work. Do your work. Do your work and stop all these giving statements without action. Let me have your thoughts in the comment section, guys. I will see you in my next video. Thank you very much for always listening and watching. Bye for